Hi, my name is Danielle Lupton, and I'm going to be reading the story The Mitten by Jan Brett. Once there was a boy named Nicky. He wanted mittens as white as snow. If you drop a white mitten in the snow, it will be hard to find, his grandmother told him. But Nicky wanted snow white mittens so much that Baba made them for him. When she finished knitting, Nicky put on the mittens and went out to play. It wasn't long before a mitten fell off. Uh-oh, you can see he lost his mitten already. A little mole found it and crawled inside. It was just about the right size, so he decided to stay. There he goes, he's right there. Wonder who's coming next. A rabbit came hopping by, and he wiggled in right next to the mole. Who's next? A hedgehog wanted to get warm. The mole and the rabbit made room for him. There he goes. Who's going to go in next? The owl didn't want to be left out, so the mole, the rabbit, and the hedgehog had to move over. The little mitten was getting crowded. Look at it now. Oh, who's next? A badger looked out of his house and saw the mitten. He climbed right in. Oh. It started to snow, so a fox pushed his way in and made himself right at home. Look at that fox. Oh my goodness. Who's coming next? Then a big bear sniffed at the mitten. The animals were packed in tight, but the bear didn't care. He crawled right in anyways. The mitten was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Then a tiny mouse squeezed in and perched himself on the bear's big nose. Oh, look at the mouse. The mouse's whiskers tickled the bear's nose. The bear sneezed, and all the animals flew out. Look at them all. Nicky saw his mitten sail up into the air. There it is. From the window, Baba watched Nicky catch his mittens. See, Baba, he called to her. I have both my mittens. And Baba smiled. The end. So for this story, I have all of the animals Velcroed on the back. I have all the pictures of them Velcroed. And just from my implementation of the story, the write-up part, I had the picture I took, the mitten was green, but I decided I really should change that because the mitten in the story was white. And so I have it white, as you can see, and I made it a bit bigger so it would fit everything. And I have the numbers. They're all laminated as well. So for this implementation, we're going to do some sequencing. And so we have first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth. And then just quickly inside, I have just a little Ziploc bag. So you can store all the pieces once the kids are finished. And then it can be reusable, which I think is great. So I would have all the kids sitting in circle, and I had said for the activity 4 children. That way I figured each child would get 2 turns each. So I'd have all the pictures of the animals, which I have here, and I'd have them all just sitting in the middle of the circle. And then I'd say, which animal was the first one to get in the mitten? And a child would put up his hand, and he said, the mole. So then he'd grab the mole picture, and he'd put it next to first, right here at number 1. And then I'd ask, oh, who was the second one in the mitten? And they said, oh, a rabbit. So then they could get up and put the rabbit next to the second. And then just keep going on. So who was the third one in the mitten? And a child would pick the hedgehog. So then they put the hedgehog next to that. And then who was the fourth one in the mitten? The owl. Put the owl next to that one. And then the fifth one, we have the badger. So we go back to the child, because like I said, there'd be 4 children. So we go back again so they could each have a second turn. And then put the badger beside. And then next child could put the fox. And then the big bear. And then we have the mouse. And another thing for this activity, which I think would be great as well for this age group, is I also have all the names of the animals, like what kind of animal they are. I have them Velcroed as well. So I figured that would be great for word recognition. And they could put these next to, rather than using the pictures, they could use like fox. So then they could put fox, Velcro fox on there. And I have them all Velcroed as well. So this would be great for, like I said, word recognition for that age group. And I think another great thing is that since maybe these animals aren't animals that are like, you know, normal, like farm animals that kids hear in books all the time, that this story is great because we can also go back through after they've all had a turn, putting the animals on the mitten board here, and we can go back through and then say, well, as we're reading the story, oh, the mole went in the mitten, and then, yep, we have the mole, he went in the mitten first. And so we can validate that when we did it the first time, that was actually correct. So I really love this story. The illustrations are great. I love the side, on the side here, where it kind of shows what's going to happen next in the story, which I think is great for kids as well. And I hope you enjoyed me reading this story, and I think this is a great story and was great activity for the children to do. Thank you.